Well, I'm looking for a bunch of shit to get ready for an out of town job and ended up cleaning out my garage all night. Haven't really slept, but I came across some of the stuff that I've had packed away for a while. Now, this thing, before I put all this shit away, is the Soul Calibur 2 6-button fight stick. From what uh, Daryl Sung '06 or Bushy Stallion, the Canadian Mortal Kombat master, and one of the inspirations behind me even starting this channel. The day I got this, he told me that these were pretty good action on them. I've just haven't really found too many games to get into because I really suck at fighters, but I bought this with the intention of trying. Maybe. Mostly. Then we get to these two bad boys. And I would actually really love to hear Daryl's opinion on these. This is the Soul Calibur 2 8-button fight stick for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and original Xbox. Now me, I love gaming on these. Good feel, and while I'm not quite so good at fighting games, I actually really enjoy this setup and means of playing games like Armored Core 2. So, big fan of these. Got a sweet deal on them. Big shout out to the owner of the gaming lounge in North Hill Mall in Calgary, Alberta, because he hooked me up so good when I found these there. Great little store. If you happen to be in Canada, more specifically Calgary, Alberta, if you're a gamer, I highly recommend checking them out. Even the girl that works there is pretty cute too, if I may say so. Anywho, on to the next batch goodies. It's just a bunch of shit for go. Gotta get put away. This is the Nyko Cobra Light Gun. This is not the Nyko Super Cobra, so unfortunately this one is only good for the PlayStation, and I believe that's the Sega Saturn control port. Got a few extra features on it. Had a family member north of where I am go out of their way for me one day. Did me a favor to pick that up when I found it on Marketplace. Great deal. I like the gun. I'm looking forward to acquiring some PS1 light games to get some mileage out of it. As it stands, I have had a hell of a time finding a copy of Crypt Killer. Just can't seem to do it. Then, get around to this fella here. Now, this is the Namco GunCon 2. I am a big fan of light gun arcade shooters. I know you can play them with a mouse and do point and click, but fuck that. That's just silly. These things are my favorite way to game, and I really wish this genre would have got more attention. Now, this thing, the relativity of the D-pad to the grip is just so bang on, and the trigger nice and sensitive. Love the action of the gun. I love playing games with it. Unfortunately, unless you're playing like in the dark, these have a tendency to have bouts of desyncing, and that can be a little bit of a detriment. Also, sorry, the A and B button are nice and close. You can hit it with your index finger while holding the trigger one-handed. Yeah, it kind of covers the ups and downs of that guy. Then we get into this. Now, this is the light gun that I believe came with the Resident Evil Dead Aim package. This is a Hip Gear brand light gun. Now, as far as like syncing up and tracking, this thing is an absolute monster. Unfortunately, where it outshines the Namco in that regard, it does take a little bit more force to pull on the trigger, and when you're playing a light gun shooter, that can catch up to you pretty damn quick. The A and B buttons, there's one on either side. Unfortunately, those are not reachable one-handed really, so you kind of gotta hold it for function, but that's not necessarily applicable to dead aim. I'll get to why in a moment. Now, the other downside I found to this gun is when you're holding it, where I'm on the Namco, you almost land like with your finger centered. On this one, you're, you know what, I can't show it, but you're kind of hitting it with that like middle of your thumb. So the ergonomics can be a bit weird. I find just keep the pinky on the bottom kind of rectifies the problem. This thing has a really, really nice knockback function though. You pull the trigger and that'll give a kick to simulate recoil. Big fan of it. This thing it attracts beautifully. Shitloads of extra functions on it too. Also works as a gun con for the PS1, so this was a really sweet find. This I got at another store in Calgary in the Northeast on 17th Ave called Level Up. Really love that shop. They're kind of my go-to for new consoles, and I pop in there every time I'm in the area. Then we get to the holy grail of handhelds. Fuck the Switch, and fuck the Switch too, because this was the most underrated handheld of all time. And it's not even close. What the DS represents in terms of interfacing and option in game design, my personal favorite. I think the Switch was a step backwards, and I never even went and bought one. That's going to be going out of town to work with me. And then we get to my personal holy grail, this motherfucker. I love my PSP. Goes with me damn near everywhere I go when I travel. Has all my favorite games on it. It's just the best way for gaming on the go. I love it. Anywho, let's see. We get into the two in the top right are dead. Piece of shit little HD screen. But then we get to my holy grails. This thing. 42-inch. Rear projection. Picture on this thing is magnificent. I don't know what a bunch of these mean, but I know a bunch of dorks like to compliment it. Great setup. Love the TV. Love the performance. Paid $25 for it. I'm happy my 360 works on it without the need for an HDMI. And then we get to my baby. This is a 32-inch JVC iArt. Built-in stereo. The volume on this thing is banging. As far as CRTs go, this is chef's kiss. But this one runs at 60 hertz. This is the one I do all my light gun stuff on. But it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And older FromSoft games, love it. Anywho. Morning, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.